So the matrix, what is it? Now, before you click away from the video and think this is just another generic matrix, how to escape it video, just hear me out. So personally, I believe there isn't such thing as the matrix. There are thousands, potentially millions, billions of matrices on this earth. Now, to take it a step back on kind of my personal experience and my evolution of beliefs around this, I come from a very liberal background, believing the government is here to help. Republicans are bad, evil, racist people, all that stuff. And once I got introduced to this sort of mainstream, but fringe mainstream, if you will, idea of the Matrix, I immediately jumped on board. I was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. This is sort of the answer I've been looking for so long, thinking things seemed off in the government, seemed off in society, and all sorts of things. And I immediately jumped onto that idea. And I stuck with that idea maybe for around a year or two, especially during a little bit after. And the idea that's kind of new to me now is what I had mentioned, that there are millions and millions of matrices, so the plural of matrix. And the matrix that is referred to by people like Andrew Tate and the movie The Matrix and things like that is this singular, global, sort of all-powerful matrix. And I think that does exist. However, to label it as the matrix and then to also label this idea of escaping the matrix, I think is only one very small part of a much larger puzzle. So what do I mean by many matrices? For example, I believe any sort of family unit to be a matrix, not the matrix, but a matrix. So if you have parents, a mom and a dad, and a few kids, the parents are sort of in charge of this matrix. They decide what they eat, where they go, where they spend their time, what the kids watch, what they do collectively as a unit. The kids can be rebellious, just like average citizens can be rebellious and break the law and not follow orders, but they still are under, to some degree, the command of the people in charge. In this family example, the parents. A school is the exact same thing. The principal, the teacher, security guards, they're in charge of this space. The kids can be rebellious, but there's this ecosystem, right? The matrix can almost be seen as an ecosystem. Some of these ecosystems are very small, like the family. Some are very large, like an entire country or a continent or a global organization. So alongside this way of thinking, I've recently been introduced to this idea of there's no such thing as destruction. There is only creation and counter creation. So the way I've applied that to this idea that's kind of been going around and growing of the matrix and escaping the matrix is it's not about escaping something to then go be a lone wolf in whatever it is you're doing. It's you're in a matrix right now. A matrix, not the matrix. You're in a matrix right now, whether that's your country, a global matrix, a neighborhood, an organization you're a part of, a religion you're a part of, whatever it is, and you want out of it to some degree for whatever reason, moral reasons, that's probably the main one, ethical reasons, but whatever reason it is, you want out of it. But you don't necessarily want out of it to then just be alone. You want out of it because you want a better system. And that's where the idea of counter creation comes in. So you have people or organizations like the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization, Bill Gates, people like this that I personally disagree with, want to create a future in their image. They want centralized agriculture. They want people eating a certain way and not a certain way. And I personally don't want that. I want to have the freedom to eat red meat when I want to. I want to have the freedom to travel where I want to, when I want to visit who I want to. That's the world I want to live in. And to me, that is simply a separate matrix that currently either doesn't exist or is very small in comparison to the matrix that does exist. So that's at least the way I'm currently seeing this whole matrix talk. It's not about destroying the matrix and escaping it. It's about recognizing you are in a matrix, recognizing you do not agree with the values of that matrix, and deciding to create your own, whether that's with your family, a group of friends, a community, a village, a new country, whatever it is. You just need to put your energy towards something that is going to counter create the current creation, the current society, the current economic and social model. So hopefully that makes sense. This is a super last minute video idea. I was talking to a friend about this idea and just kind of spontaneously came to the conclusion I just need to make a video about this right now. I say it's probably cold at this point, but I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you agree that there isn't one matrix? It's not the matrix and you're escaping it. There have always been matrices. The solution to the future I want to see and potentially the future you want to see is not escaping this matrix, but simply creating a new one that counter creates the current creation. So let me know in the comments what you think about that and hope you enjoyed.